Quincy Wilson was 18 years old when he stood on the Olympic podium in Paris with a gold medal around his neck, the youngest American male in track and field history to ever get there. But the record isn't what makes his story impossible to forget. It's everything that happened behind the scenes that nobody reported. The sacrifices his family made that the cameras never showed. The moment before Paris that almost ended everything. Once you know the full story, the medal means something completely different. Quincy Wilson's journey began at Bullis School in Maryland, where the hallways buzz with the energy of ambitious students. But even among overachievers, Wilson stood out. While his classmates were debating which advanced placement classes to take, he was already eyeing something far bigger than a report card. Track and field wasn't just a hobby for Wilson, it was an obsession that consumed every spare moment. The Bullis School track became his second home, where he spent countless hours perfecting his stride, analyzing his form, and pushing his body to limits that most adults never reach. His coaches at Bullis quickly realized they weren't dealing with an ordinary high school sprinter. Wilson possessed that rare combination of natural speed and tactical intelligence that separates good runners from great ones. He understood the 400-meter race in ways that typically take years to develop. The 400 meters is perhaps the most brutal distance in track and field. It's too long to sprint flat out, but too short to pace yourself like a distance runner. Most athletes struggle with the delicate balance between speed and endurance that the race demands. Wilson seemed to grasp it intuitively. His breakout moment came at the Ed Murphy Track Classic, where the humid Memphis air hung heavy over the track. As Wilson settled into the starting blocks, few spectators realized they were about to witness history. The gun fired, and Wilson exploded from the blocks with a controlled aggression that veteran coaches spend decades trying to teach. Through the first 200 meters, Wilson maintained perfect form while the other runners began to show the strain that the 400 meters inflicts on the human body. At 300 meters, where most high school runners start to fade, Wilson was just getting started. He crossed the finish line in 44.10 seconds. The time was so fast that officials had to double-check their equipment. Wilson had just run the fastest high school 400 meters in United States history. But breaking the high school record was just the beginning. College coaches from across the country started making phone calls to Bullis School. Professional agents began showing up at meets. The track and field world was buzzing about the teenager from Maryland who was running times that most college athletes never achieve. Wilson's performances weren't flukes or lucky days. He was consistently running sub-46-second 400s, a benchmark that places him among the elite quarter-milers in the world. His ability to handle pressure only seemed to improve as the stakes got higher. The United States Olympic trials arrived with all the pomp and pressure that comes with selecting a team to represent the country. The Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis was packed with fans and filled with the dreams of athletes who had trained their entire lives for this moment. Wilson wasn't even old enough to vote, but he carried himself with the composure of a seasoned veteran. In the 400 meters individual event, he proved he belonged on the same track as the world's best quarter-milers. But it was his performance in the 4x400 meter relay where Wilson truly announced himself to the world. The relay team selection process is complex, involving not just individual speed, but also the ability to hand off a baton cleanly and run in traffic. Wilson's coaches knew they had a special talent, but selecting a teenager for an Olympic relay team is always a gamble. Wilson erased any doubts during practice sessions at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. His veteran teammates watched in amazement as the high schooler ran splits that would make professional sprinters jealous. He wasn't just keeping up with Olympic-level training, he was thriving in it. Paris 2024 will be remembered for many spectacular moments, but few were as remarkable as watching Quincy Wilson take the track at the Stade de France. The energy inside the stadium was electric as 80,000 fans prepared to witness the fastest relay runners in the world compete for Olympic gold. Wilson ran the lead-off leg of the relay, exploding from the blocks and immediately settling into the rhythm that had made him the fastest high school quarter-miler in American history. As he rounded the turn, the crowd could sense something special was happening. He handed off the baton to the second runner with the United States team in perfect position. After his squad secured the win in the final, Wilson became the youngest American male to win Olympic gold in track and field in modern Olympic history. Standing on that podium in Paris, with the gold medal heavy around his neck, Wilson had achieved something that most athletes can only dream about, But even in that moment of triumph, he was already thinking about what came next. The Arcadia Invitational represents the next chapter in Wilson's remarkable story. The historic meet at Arcadia High School in California attracts the best high school athletes from across the country. But this year feels different. This year, an Olympic gold medalist will be in the starting blocks. Wilson is targeting Michael Norman's meet record of 45.51 seconds, a time that Norman set while competing for Vista Murrieta High School in 2016. Norman went on to become an Olympic champion himself, which adds even more significance to Wilson's pursuit of the record. The track at Arcadia High School has witnessed countless memorable performances over the decades, but Saturday night's 400 meters invitational promises to be special. Wilson will face some of the fastest high school quarter-milers in the country, athletes who have been training all season for the opportunity to race against an Olympic champion. What makes Wilson's story so compelling isn't just his speed, it's his approach to the sport that separates him from other talented runners. He studies race tactics like a chess master analyzing board positions. He understands that the 400 meters isn't just about running fast, it's about running smart. His training partners at Bullis School describe a young man who is obsessed with improvement. Wilson watches video of his races over and over, analyzing every step, every arm swing, every technical detail that might shave another hundredth of a second off his time. This analytical mindset is his greatest weapon. While other sprinters rely solely on raw, fast-twitch explosiveness, Wilson treats the track like a geometry problem, finding the most efficient line through the curve to conserve energy for that final, lethal 100 meters. It's a level of maturity that typically takes a decade of professional seasoning to master, yet he's doing it in a high school singlet. He is effectively deconstructing the myth that you need old man strength to win the 400. He's proving that precision and a cold-blooded racing IQ can humble even the most seasoned veterans in the world. The 4x400 meter relay at Arcadia will also showcase Wilson's versatility. Competing with his Bullis School teammates, he'll have the chance to help his school challenge the meet record in the relay as well. The combination of individual excellence and team success has become Wilson's signature. Track and field purists are already debating where Wilson's high school career ranks in the sport's history. Some argue that his Olympic gold medal automatically places him among the greatest prep athletes ever. Others point to his record-breaking times as evidence that he's operating on a level previously unseen in high school track. But perhaps the most impressive aspect of Wilson's story is that it's still being written. At 18 years old, with an Olympic gold medal already secured, he's approaching each race with the hunger of someone who has everything left to prove. The pressures that come with success haven't seemed to affect his performance on the track. If anything, Wilson appears to thrive under the spotlight that now follows his every race. The quiet confidence he displayed in Paris suggests that he's built for the biggest stages in the sport. As Wilson prepares for his next race at Arcadia High School, the track and field world is watching to see what's possible when generational talent meets relentless work ethic. His story reminds us that sometimes the most extraordinary achievements come from the most unexpected places.